All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday daytime. It's 4:46. All right. So today we have some new slabs and, of course, Weiss Hello Kitty. Metazoo Hello Kitty Break. And live card shop. There we go. Okay, let's grab this. All right. And we're jumping over here. Let's see. Just cleaning up some empty emails. I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of ads. Add, delete. Okay, good. That looks good. Now, let's go over here. We have a Mr. Jeff Leon order from 3 hours ago for 4 Tops Metazoo. Mr. Jeff! We're back, guys. What's up, guys? We're setting up a Hello Kitty break, by the way. I was very late for last night's stream, but we did go live. We actually went live, but it was like at 3 a.m. Yeah, I don't miss. All right, except for when I do. Here's Hello Kitty. These are $55 a box. They might go up by $5, so get them while they are $55. Man, we saw like a half case in just like an hour last night. People finally caught on to these. They're very cool. Hello Kitty, very popular franchise. I like it. I like Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty is adorable. Now, ooh, look at this. So you're seeing some Hello Kitty Metazoo in front of you right now. We got our Mothman, we got our Hello Kitty. We're going to go ahead and set this up as a break. That was my intention for it. I might have to buy some of these PSA sleeves. These are, I like the nice clear, they're more clear than the sleeves I currently use. The sleeves I use aren't clear enough. They're kind of foggy. All right. Got my CDL test tomorrow. Pretty nervous. What's a CDL test? Ads are out of control now. Was Metazoo bought out? We think they're going to be bought out by a group that has applied to buy them. Okay, but it hasn't been approved by a judge yet. A judge apparently has to approve it. All right. Put this here. Like all the breaks, it's a $40 buy-in. But let me see how many spots are going to be in it. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be 15 spots. So this is a pretty rare card, actually. When Metazoo released Hello Kitty boxes, Sanrio boxes, they didn't actually include this card in the boxes. This was exclusively a promo card, and so there really weren't that many of them. So you're looking at a pretty rare Metazoo card, and therefore a very rare Hello Kitty card as well. So if you're a Hello Kitty collector, and you want to finish your Hello Kitty collection, well, first of all, there's not many cards that exist at all for Hello Kitty. And second of all, you've got this Weiss collection behind me and this Metazoo collection in front of me. And yeah, this is just like a really nice Hello Kitty card that exists that you'll want to add to your Hello Kitty collection. So it's 1 out of 15. Those are your odds on the card. And that is not a star card, meaning there's no additional spot. Let's go ahead and give it a symbol. I think we'll make a... Can I actually draw Hello Kitty? Probably not, but let's try it. All right, little nose, little eyes, whiskers. I am not a very good artist, to be honest. And a little bow. All right, that's supposed to be a Hello Kitty symbol, but I'm not very good at drawing. I could have just put HK for Hello Kitty, I suppose. All right. Likewise, there needs to be a bag. It looks like I'm going to need new bags today for this stream. We'll say Hello Kitty. All right, it's the HK bag. There it is. So Hello Kitty Break is available now. Let's see what we've got back here. I've been showing this off. I bought a Kickstarter Mothman. Got him for about $1,000. And the only one for sale on eBay is $2,000. Well, there's two of them. There's one for $2,500, and then there's like a $15,000 one, which of course is never going to sell for that. But you know, it's interesting. It seems everyone's taking their Mothman down now that the sale of this company is in play. So everybody's watching that. They want to see how that plays out. West Virginia just had Mothman Festival last weekend. Oh, very interesting. Get these rotated. Wow, that's a beautiful Kabutops. Looks like I just priced them. And but let's go ahead and put this back in the front. Okay. All right, we're reconnected. I bumped the wire there. I'm not allowed to bump the wire that connects to my camera. It connects the Ethernet cable to my camera. If I do, it knocks our connection out. Hopefully, I never do that during like a really important moment like a vintage box break. That would be annoying. But so Squid Pokemon says CDL equals commercial driver license. Good for you, man. Keep working on that. Even if you don't pass, keep working on that because that's a good paying job. Mike Waddell is a legend. Do you still have the PSA 9 Moonbryon? Yes, I do. But I think that Mr. LaFlame wants to have it like shipped out. He told me that I could sell the slabs for like one more night. But then again, we didn't really have a full stream last night. So I don't know if he would not be okay with me selling it today. He did mention one thing. He doesn't want any slabaways. So if anyone wants to buy those slabs, they just have to be purchased, you know, immediately. And yeah, I sold a little bit more last night for him and owe him $348 now. But that let me skip this. I hate this song. The Umbreon's still available. I think it was around $840. So, but you would have to buy it outright. Jeff Leon, 4 Metazoos. Let's get started, everybody. So we are once again flying through these Metazoos. We are. All right. It'd be really cool. Any closer to the Metazoo break? Very close. Take a look at that, everybody. Oh, but you were the last one to buy. So nobody after you, Mr. James. But take a look at the Metazoo Kickstarter break, guys. Here's what's left. Looks like there's 8 spots left. It's a $60 buy-in. I mean, when this finishes, I'll create a stream title for this. And then we'll start the stream off with the Metazoo opening. So I think that that'll be really, really interesting because this channel always sort of avoided Metazoo. So it'd be really funny to actually go open their Kickstarter box. You know, back in the day when I was not cheerleading for the brand, if we wanted to do a Metazoo break, you would have paid way, way, way more than $60 a pack for a Metazoo box break. You'd have paid like $160. So now we can open it for $60 because it went out of business. And ironically, it might go back into business. So it's like the perfect, it's like the eye of the storm or something like that. You know what I mean? It's the perfect moment, I feel. The timing is very elite right now. The perfect timing. All right, Jeff. Greedy union members and president go on strike at the ports. Yeah, I heard about that. The union members that work our ports are worried about their jobs being lost to AI. They're being lost to automation. And they want better pay. Everyone wants better pay. There's been a lot of inflation. So this is not a surprise. So every group that has had a union is interested in better pay, and they use their union to strike for better pay because the cost of living went up like 9% every year for a little while, and now it's like 3%. And if their wages just didn't keep up, then they just feel like their purchasing power has gone down and they're more poor doing the same job. So they want more pay. I totally sympathize with that. They of course, have to be reasonable. Like, here's the problem. If they're worried about automation and they're threatening to ask for, let's say, unbelievably high prices on labor, well, then you're just going to increase the odds of the automation happening because your boss is going, okay, well, you cost $50 an hour now. Well, I might as well go get the robot. The robot costs very little. So they have to be striking a balance where they go, look, we understand, we can't ask for $1 million an hour. So there has to be something reasonable. We have to be reasonable men and women and ask for a reasonable amount. And here's what we're asking. But ultimately, if they can't strike a deal with the owner, the boss, or whatever, that's actually not a good situation for Kamala Harris running for president, because it could tank the economy. So apparently these ports are pretty much required for the economy to move. In fact, I think we remember this at the beginning during COVID. There was like a major slowdown in shipments, and that was also a similar problem. Product comes into America from all over the world because we don't manufacture our own goods. We buy goods from other countries, and we trade the US dollar for those goods. So if those goods can't get into America, all of a sudden, every place that sells Chinese, gadgets and gizmos, they can't get a hold of their product, and so they can't sell anything. So, and then their employees can't get paid. So it's a big crash in the economy, and it's so easy to trigger if these unions just strike. So they know they can kind of push us around with that strike. And what can happen is Joe Biden's able to interfere with this if he wanted to. Turn that down. So Joe Biden has the right to sort of allow the companies to get around the strike, but he's already said he's not going to do that. So I don't know, the unions are just going to strike, and a bunch of money is going to be lost until somebody caves, either the people who are on strike or the business owners. But whatever the case is, let's say the economy tanks for a little while, which would be good for me because, by the way, if you didn't know this, I've only got about 50% of my investment cash invested. I'm holding on to the other 50%. So if the economy crashes, I'm going to dump all that money in. But anyways, if it crashes, it's also good for Donald Trump because a strong-looking economy lowers his odds of winning the election. So he's cheering on the strike, surprisingly, even if he doesn't say so openly. But he's looking forward to the economy having a problem. It will increase his odds of winning. The economy's looking too strong. It's going to lower his chance of winning. Ooh, Chibi Mothman. All right. America's favorite hoarder. Imagine people going to worship someone when they aren't Christian or Jewish. Some people just need to read the Bible. What? Mister, I'm still awake from this morning stream. Yeah. All right. Let's see. This strike is going to screw me at my job. Uh-oh. I don't like to hear that. Yeah, well, it's gonna hurt a couple people. It's gonna hurt anyone who was relying on getting product from those ports. So it won't affect me, but it'll affect car dealers, for example. Where are they going to get their cars from? But yeah, a lot of stuff is just imported on these ships. A lot of made in China, made in India, made in Indonesia, made in Bangladesh. A lot of product like that comes in on those ships, and without those ships, we just can't get a hold of that product and sell it for profit. Jeff, Leon, it's a terrible thing. Yeah, they just got to negotiate a livable wage, I guess is what they call it, a livable wage, and they just got to sort it out. I don't really have a lot of other commentary. I've always felt that in a perfect system, and I know we're not perfect, so there's no such thing as a perfect system, but in a perfect system, there would be no union, because unions are inefficient, right? It adds a new job, union leader. It adds a new job, union leader, to the roster, and all of a sudden, as a union worker, you're double taxed. You got to pay the boss, so the boss gets a cut of the profits, and the union leader gets a cut of your profits. So you're sharing in the profits as a employee. You get some of the profit that company makes. It goes to you, but then you got to pay your union dues. So I worked in a union, and I had a girlfriend who worked in a union, and it was like a grocery chain union. But I worked for Teamsters. I worked at UPS for a year, and while I was in college. I hated it. Every time I got a paycheck, this huge chunk of money came out and went to Teamsters. I was like, what the fuck? I was shocked. I was like, okay, cool, union. This will be great. Ironically, even though it was a union, it was a far worse job than Coca-Cola. And when I was there, the only thing the workers could talk about was how good it was that they were in a union. And I was telling them, I was like, you could just go work for Coca-Cola and it will pay you better. It will. They'll treat you better. The managers are smarter and nicer. It's a nicer job. It's got more benefits. And it's a low-level job, too. So Coca-Cola warehouse guy, Coca-Cola, merchandiser, that's a low entry-level job. You actually did less physically laborious work than UPS. You could stretch your legs more. There was more air conditioning. The pay was like $2 an hour higher. They had amazing benefits. And none of it was union. So there's this sort of hypnotized thought about union strictly always being good. It's not strictly always good. Sometimes it's good, but I think sometimes it's inefficient because now you got to pay for these union, leaders to basically just do what would have happened anyways. Beg for money for pay, and then you just get paid whatever was going to get paid out to you. So I don't know. There might be certain industries where unions make a whole lot of sense. And maybe UPS is one of those industries. You can only guess what would have happened in some sort of parallel universe where you ran a simulation showing what would have happened without the union. But there's so much inefficiency with that. So much money is lost with the union. Like when you do go on strike, your company makes less money. Well, if they make less money, they can't pay you anything. So yeah, the more strikes you do, and let's say you do a couple every couple years, well, the more strikes you do, the less money the company actually has left over to pay you, the worker. Jack Gray, 2 Holo Shuffle, and the company also wastes time negotiating with the union leader. They could have just been working. Jack Gray, 2 Holo Shuffles, 1 Hello Kitty Weiss. You got it. All right. So that's my thoughts. In a perfect world, no unions are needed, and you just negotiate for what you want to get paid. You just go talk to your boss. Be like, hey, boss, yeah, pay me more or I'm leaving. All right, see you later. We go. But people want to do something along the lines of protect their positions through seniority. They don't want to be fired very quickly. They don't want to be fired without compensation packages. They're cold. Sorry, man. There's a lot that goes on, I'm sure. Here we are. Ta-da! Can you explain this in Pokemon terms? For every 10 minutes of politics talk, you got to switch it up to 10 minutes of Pokemon talk. Can't interrupt Joe from his nap. Mister, the news is referring to it as the fusion strike. Oh, yeah, the fusion strike. Hard for Democrats to be pro-union and also tell the union to go back to work. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, interestingly, the unions have supported the Democrat Party for 100 years or something like that, a really long time. And the Republican Party has always been anti-union. They're like, no, unions, that's a Democrat thing. So the Democrats have always created laws that sort of benefit the unions, protect the unions, support the unions. They speak on behalf of the unions. This election cycle has been really weird because for the first time, the unions showed up at the Republican party, whatever they call that. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the term for it, where each team has their gathering. What do they call that? My brain's saying Republican National Committee. No, it's not the National Committee. What's it called? It's called the Republican, I can't remember the name of it. But it's where everyone shows up and they cheer their guy on. And this year, the union, the biggest union in America, went to the Republicans. And then they didn't show up to the Democrats' convention, not committee, national convention. Yeah, so the big union showed up to the Republican convention and not notably they were missing from the Democrat convention. So that was really weird. But then later they came out and they said we will not support Kamala Harris. And that was a huge deal because their votes were a big part of Joe Biden winning the previous election. So it's a scary move. Jack Gray. All right, Jack, let's see what we got. Let's grab your bag. Unions in the past supported the Democrat Party, and it was an important part of the Democrats' winning election. So this time, the unions have, in a crazy move, swapped places, and they're supporting Donald Trump. Now, I can only speculate why that is. My biggest suspicion is the unions are afraid of their jobs being taken by lots and lots of new immigrants. So that's my guess. So they're saying you're bringing in a lot of uneducated, unskilled labor. And what you're going to do is these workers are going to threaten our union jobs because typically these jobs are going to be jobs like UPS, right? So that's what my guess is. And so they like Donald Trump because he's like, I'll get rid of them. And the Democrats will not. They'll increase it. That is just a speculation. I don't really know why the unions don't support the Democrats anymore. Here's another thought. 70% of all the money in the United States is owned by the Democrats, not the Republicans. So the majority of the money is in the hands of the Democrats. So a lot of the richest people in the world are Democrat. Rich corporate CEOs and... All right, Matthew White, $50 toward my slab away. You got it, Matthew. A very weird time period. Mr. Matthew, All right. Here we are. This is $4.75. Joseph Jones, box of Weiss Hello Kitty. I got the whole case of them right here. God, I feel like I should bring the case down. I got the whole case of them right here because they're getting bought so fast. There you go. Pull that box closer to me. Perfect. Teamsters didn't endorse any party because Teamsters overwhelmingly voted that they supported the Republicans this year. That's exactly right. That's the same report I heard. So an internal review told the leaders at Teamsters that they were their members were going to vote for Donald Trump, not Kamala Harris. And they said, all right, well, we're not going to support Kamala Harris. But again, why would those union members be voting Donald Trump? And it's because they suspect he's going to be better for them. And then you can only speculate why. Okay, here goes. Did you say I could buy 10 boxes to ship to my house? Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, $55 per box is actually very competitive. There we go. Because I think I saw on eBay that these were like $48 plus $5 shipping. And then you got to pay taxes on eBay. So I don't know what happened, but I've got like competitively cheaply priced boxes. I probably could be charging $60 a box in the live rip and ship. All right, here we go. Oh my God, you got Pochaco. By the way, you want to know what I feel about these Hello Kitties? Here's how I feel about them. I'm about to tell my supplier to get me 5 more cases of this because these are adorable. And I strongly believe I can sell these for years. And I don't know that... Oh my God, dude. So this one's called Cinnamon Roll. Wow, that is adorable. Yeah, I feel like I could sell these all year long. There's no Hello Kitty product out there. This is it. This is it. This and Metazoo. This is it for Hello Kitty. You don't got any choices. So I'm a big fan of this set right now. Hey, mister, I sent a Discord message regarding my LaFlame slab away. Could you take a look? Oh, yeah, let me take a quick look. He mentioned that if you just wanted to pay it off in one day, you could do that. All right. You said you sent it in Discord? Oh my God, I get way too many messages. Hold on, I'm looking for you. It's probably this one. Oh, there it is. Oh, I hear what you're saying, Nets World. Tell you what, Nets World, let me do you a cool thing. Give me a second. I'm a cool guy, Mr. Nets World. Give me a second. All right. Give me a second here, Nets World. Do 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 do. Do do do. All right, Nets World. So if I recall, the price on the card was $280, and I did already sell it to someone else, and I don't want to undo that. It'll be very messy. But I've got my own personal Gengar right here. So just to be nice to you, because I understand it, you can buy mine if you'd like. This will be the same price, $280, and you can send in for it if you'd like. So that's my personal Gengar. I wasn't planning on selling this, but I have faith one day I'll run into another one. So if you'd like that one, you can send in for that one. Yeah, I wasn't planning on selling that one. He wasn't for sale. All right. Also, pray for me. What? Pray for Troy Malice. Okay, there we go. Would assume it's because neither party gives 2 craps about the unions, but more money in the pockets under Trump. Could be. I think that union members are actually scared of all the immigration. I think they are. There we go. Here's Kuromi. Man, look at these cards, man. They're just fantastic. I swear to God, I'm going to open a case of these for myself and send them out to grade. Just like I used to do with the Sneaker Bunko. Never been a fan of Hello Kitty, but these cards are dope. I'm not either. Like, I don't watch the show or anything, but if you want to talk about cutesy wootsy, this takes the cake, man. Hello Kitty, you could buy this for your girlfriend all year long. It's like it just achieves a very cute image without being like autistic or something. I don't know, like awkward. There we go. Makes you think of fairy tales or something like that, like Mother Goose. All right, so that was for our good friend. That was for Joseph Jones. Joseph's back. And he said, give me some of them Hello Kitties. All right. Andrew Vasquez. 5 packs of Paradigm Trigger. Paradigm Trigger, that's what it was called. Are these Japanese Paradigm Triggers? 2 Japanese Classic Collection, 1 Japanese Shiny Treasure. I suspect they are. Where's my Shiny Treasure? You know, I bought so much of this Shiny Treasure, and I bought it at such a high price. Every time I sell one of these, I really actually just lose money. Isn't that tragic? That's sad. It was a weird time period where people thought that Shiny Treasure was going to the moon, and I knew I had to acquire product, and then when it arrived, you guys just gobbled through it. So I ordered a lot more, and not a single pack more of it sold. Just demand just collapsed for it instantly. And so I'm sitting on a bunch of this. I way overpaid for it, so I sell it at a loss. And it's not even going up in price over time. So it was just such a... This is one of my worst purchases of the year as a Pokemon product. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Usually I do okay on Pokemon product, but not that one. I'm upside down on that one. All right, 2 of the Classic Collection. So, the Classic Collection... Let me get this out of the way. Do you guys remember the Classic Collection? It used to be cheaper per card. It's more expensive per card, but actually the price is the same. What's happened is the trainers and the energy cards are removed now. He said 1. I'll just grab you 1 randomly then. There you go. I like to pull from the front 1 at a time. But you can always ask me to shuffle those when you order. Same with Poker, same with Cardass, same with the Karuta Pokemon. When you guys order those, you can ask me to cut the box in half if you ever want me to. You can ask me questions like, is Charizard in there? By the way, yes, Charizard is in here in the Classic Collection. And, yep. So enjoy those. Oh my God, he just takes a Pikachu home. It's perfect. Andrew Vasquez. What a perfect snipe there. Yeah, Classic Collection's a lot of fun to open now because it's just Pokemon. You don't get any trainers. You don't get any energy cards. You know, because sometimes people would open like, I don't know, like 10 of the Classic Collection and they'd get some really absurdly bad luck where it was all trainers or all energy cards. You know, it was just really bad luck. That cannot happen anymore. You can only pull Pokemon. And when we made that change, a bunch of them sold that night, but I feel like you guys might not be aware of that change to the Classic Collection single pulls. They're very awesome. Okay, cool. Holo. Paradigm Trigger. You know, I forget about the name on this set. Somebody has to say its name for me to remember. Okay, just some holos coming out. Andrew Vasquez, that's all right. You did very good on your 1 Classic pull. You had a good round. Oh, look who it is. I gave up and went to sleep at 2:30 last night. I'm sorry. There you go. Sometimes life gets in the way. I just, you know, that was one of those nights. Andrew Vasquez. All right, Andrew. Grab this bit. You know, it's funny is we still went live. We just went live at like 3. Andrew Vasquez. Where are you? Here's a Vargas. Shime, Suevas. Oh, you're coming back after a long break. Well, welcome back, Andrew. I'm glad you're here. Oh, look at this. Mister got a tattoo on his arm. We couldn't tell the difference. It's okay. It just means I'm not broke yet. Oh, we are. There we go. If you're like me, you spend every dollar on Pokemons. I bought another Pokemon card. Did I not have that up on the table? Did I not price that? Where'd it go? So here's the Hello Kitty break. Where'd the other thing I bought go? Oh, here it is. This is meant to be for sale. This is Slackoth Pristine. Oh, yeah. I'm not broke no more. I am delivered. So that's Pristine EX Deoxys Slackoth. All right. Do. The cheapest Slackoth is $420, and it's a PSA 10. All right. 420. Have you seen the new game TCG Store Simulator? Oh, what? Is it hard keeping up with all the orders? No, I do all right. It's not too bad. I don't operate like any other kind of store, meaning like some people will run like a passive store where people go onto their website and buy stuff. I don't operate one of those. I only do my rip and ship. So the only time I sell is when I hit that live button. And this isn't too hard for me. Okay, so our price on the CGC Pristine 10 will be $440. And it officially, let's say $10.24 now. There we go. Hello Kitty break. Okay, let's keep going. Next up, we have an order from Rigoberto Gill. He says, 1 box of Hello Kitty. You got it, a box of Hello Kitty. This break is for the low pop Metazoo Hello Kitty promo. It's a special promo, meaning all those boxes of Hello Kitty, Metazoo Hello Kitty, they can't pull this card. It's a promo. It's a low pop promo, and back when Metazoo was still in business, it went for a ton of money. I think that Hello Kitty collectors will want this card because it just features Hello Kitty. It doesn't feature any Metazoo characters. All right, here we are. We should finish that Kickstarter. Yo, I totally agree. I think what we're going to do, when it's finished, we're officially going to start it in the next stream and have it be the title. All right, back to politics talk. Who we voting for? I like how you choose Jar Jar Binks for Kamala Harris. She kind of looks a little bit like Jar Jar Binks, doesn't she? It's almost strange. We are. Have you guys seen that? There's a comparison between Kamala Harris and Jar Jar, and her facial structure is just kind of similar to Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, I got to show you guys this because it doesn't matter, but it's hilarious. And then Gumshoes, yes, looks very much like Trump. Ah, that's so cute. All right, man. Oh, here we are. Wow, these cards are great. So cute. Here's my melody. Boop. Hey, what's up, JR Collects? Yeah, I always keep an eye out on Dusclops, by the way. The reason I made that offer and didn't just buy it at your price, CGC 10s, that is the regular Gem Mint 10s, I've watched them for a while. They don't do super well in auction. It's pretty obvious what people want are pristines. Here we are. It's almost like a CGC 10 gets treated almost like a PSA 9. So, you know, when I see a card that I like, I happen to like Dusclops. So I don't like the grade on your card, but I like the Pokemon Dusclops. But when I see a card I like, if I think it would not catch that even close in auction, I'll make an offer. Here we are. You never know. Some people are motivated to sell. Dusclops not a particularly super popular Pokemon. He's like an unpopular Pokemon that I happen to like. And here we are. Very nice. He says, oh, vote for Jill Stein. Would you do 190? Well, you know what you could do, Mr. JR? We could sell it between each other privately and avoid eBay. And I don't remember. What did I offer on it? Did I offer like 125 or something? I don't remember what I offered. I don't like that Pokemon. Yeah, a lot of people don't. I like him. He's a Pokemon that I personally like, but it's kind of like some people like Slackoth, but the majority of collectors do not. So it's kind of like one of those. Wow, this is so cool. I love Hello Kitty cards here. These are so nice. Okay, these are going to sell all day. I really ought to just stock up on them for the year. There we go. Wow, you got a giant bag, dude. Rigoberto Gill. Check that out. Supporting, man. 180. 180 is what I offered. Yeah, I mean, you could accept the offer of 180 privately on like Instagram or something. Just send me like your PayPal on Instagram. My Instagram, by the way, if you guys ever want to sell something to me on Instagram, my Instagram is just the same name as TheCardconomist. So look me up. And you can make me the offer there and get me your PayPal address, and I can just shoot you over the money, bada bing, bada boom. But, you know, the offer I sent, it's already, I don't think twice about it. I just send it one time, and you can, like, counter. But what I do is I just move on. There's, like, at any given time, there's, like, 1 million cards on the market. 180 is a lot of money, dude. 180. If I had to go sell that card, I'm going to struggle to move it for 180. So I already know how the card feels in my very intuitive, you know, Pokemon card gut. And it's just a luxury buy for me. If I wanted to make money, I would immediately turn around and use that $180 to just buy more Hello Kitty product from my source in Japan. And that's just an instant flip for me. I'm not going to flip this Dusclops. He's just going to sit in a box all day. So, you know, that's my thoughts on it. But you don't got to sell it to me, man. You just hold out and see. Somebody else might buy from you for what you're looking for. But if they buy from you on eBay, they're going to have to buy from you for more than 180, more than 190, because that eBay fee is vicious, dude. The eBay fee is terrible. Alvaro Molina for Twilight Masquerades. All right, let's see. I'll message you on Instagram. Sounds good. Oops, that's Shrouded Fable. We did not open a lot of Shrouded Fable. You know, Shrouded Fable, it has a unique holo pattern on these cards. And the holo pattern includes a Dusclops. Yeah, I'll open one for me. I'd love to pull one of those Dusclops and have them grade like Black Label or something. Let's see if I can pull a Dusclops in one pack, guys. The odds are astronomically against me. Faroom, Zubat, Tapu Bulu. But there it is. See the unique pattern? This is just for Shrouded Fable. We don't talk enough about that. It's got a unique holo pattern. So if you guys want to open some of this, we got it in the menu, Shrouded Fable. We didn't open a lot of it. I'd like to see more of it get open just to see more of what it looks like. But let me get back to Alvaro Molina, because we grabbed the wrong pack for him. We need Twilight Masquerade. Where's that at? Oh, here it is. I found it. So he wants 4 of these. My Instagram's the same as my YouTube name. Here we are. See, guys, you know, you buy cards for me, and then I turn around and give it right back to the market. So you never know. When you buy cards here, you just support a guy who just actually does buy more cards. And so it's like the circle of life. That money just keeps flowing around in the card market. All right, you ready? That's a nice thing, because, you know, I think some guys, they buy Pokemon cards, and what they don't do is they don't buy more cards from another collector. They just go buy, I don't know, like Bitcoin or something. I don't do that. You buy Pokemon cards for me, and I'll buy Pokemon cards from someone else and help them out. Alvaro Molina, you ready? Okay, Leiron. Ooh. Shrouded Fable sucks. Yeah. Well, you know, again, I think that the reverse holos in that set are actually kind of nice looking. I don't say that with all the other sets. They don't have unique patterns, but that one does have a unique pattern. Here's Ogerpon. Ooh. So you've never heard me say that before. It's just true. I think it's cool that they gave it its own pattern. Maybe they did that because they knew Shrouded Fable was going to struggle otherwise. But now you're going to know when a card is a Shrouded Fable reverse because it looks so nice. All right, Alvaro. By the way, I like this Alakazam. Have you guys noticed this Alakazam? He's a cool-looking card, too. Alvaro Molina. Let's see. Alan Abale, Albert, Alex. I'm actually putting some money together right now to go make a purchase of the next Japanese Pokemon set. Set to release in about 2 weeks, I think. So that'll be coming out in 2 weeks. We'll be acquiring, I think, just 8 cases of it. I'm a little wary of the Japanese Pokemon cards. I don't know how to feel about them. I mean, I like them. It's just, yeah, I don't know how to feel about them. James Wright, 5 more spots on the Metazoo. Yo! James Wright! James Wright makes me feel so James wrong. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy shit, dude. All right, this is officially your box of Metazoo. He is in for 7 spots, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots remain. That's the story of the stream now. We are 4 spots away from the Metazoo Kickstarter Break finishing. That would mean we are going to begin it tonight at 12 a.m. if this finishes, well, 12 a.m. Central Time in America, which I guess that's about 6 a.m. in the UK. Maybe what I could do for you, James, is I can wait till you kind of check in or clock in. I definitely want to make sure that the title of the stream says Metazoo Kickstarter, and we couldn't do it in a daytime stream. It's too short. So it's got to be a nighttime stream. For you guys in the UK, that's morning time. I don't know. I could hold it for one whole day and do it in a daytime. Does James... I think James Wright normally is here in the daytime, isn't he? He's normally here in the daytime. I did send the DM. Okay, no problem. I'll take a look at that. I just joined your Discord so I can check my progress. Nice. When the grid goes down, there won't be an eBay. Yes. You get addicted to looking at actions ending soon on eBay. All right. Christopher Houghton, Mr. Please, 3 Japanese 151. Where are our Japanese 151s? Ah, here we are. Billions of people wandering aimlessly, looking at dead phones. Ta-da! And we'll put this over here. Ta-da! Let's go ahead and sneak this up. Sneaping that. Very nice. A lot of damage in North Carolina from those floods, apparently. I feel really bad for people over there. Did you know I actually spent a day in Asheville, North Carolina a long time ago? Right after we graduated, my wife and I went on a car trip to North Carolina because we were thinking about potentially moving there. And on our trip, we stopped in Asheville overnight. And so in the morning, we spent one of our vacation days just traveling around Asheville looking at it. It was okay. It was very small. That was our impression. It was a very, very small area. And there were like houses in the hills. And they had a nice little town center area that was like a mini city. But, other than that, we were like, meh. We kept going to the beach. We went to beach all the way out in Wilbursville or something like that. What was it called? It was, it might have just been called like Wilbur Beach. Anyways, we went all the way out there to the beach, and they got a nice coastline over there too, but we did not move out there. Christopher Houghton. Here we are. All right. Wilbur, North Carolina. I think it might just be called Wilbur. Thank you, Christopher. Did my transaction go through? Kelp dealt. Oh, Kelp dealt. I saw your order. Why don't we go ahead and check your order right now? Your CASHAPP order. Here it is. And it says 3OP PRB1. Okay, let me just make sure that somebody didn't order that ahead of you. All right, you're all good. I'm going to take care of your order right now. So 3OP PRB1. Michael Jordan should buy North Carolina and rebuild. What are you talking about? All right, Kelpa. Mr. Kelpa. Oops. Very nice. So, what are we going to pull out of here? This crazy guy. We are almost officially sold out of One Piece PRB1. How crazy is that? We went through 18 cases of it. 18 cases of it. We're on our last case, if you did not know that. Kelpatron, let's find your bag. California on fire, the Middle East at war. Yeah, so I guess Israel did a ground invasion of Lebanon after they shot it with missiles and did their whole trick with the walkie-talkies or the pagers. And now, Iran fired a bunch of missiles at Israel, but I heard that they didn't really land anywhere. That's what I heard. So, I don't know. But Middle East always feels like it's at war. Is it ever not at war? I feel like it doesn't scare me as much as it did years ago, because they're just always at war. I don't think there's a time period where they're not at war. Queen Amidala, she would have stopped it. Nah, she would have let the Emperor Palpatine rise to power. You were talking to me about that, Mike. So he's like, well, actually, she was a senator at the time. Okay, we got Lionel Cruz, 1 box of Hello Kitty. Okay, Hello Kitty. If I had money, Metacrap would be the last thing to buy. Small groups were at war. This time is entire countries, you know. You know, Blank and Chucky, the main reason why I disliked Metazoo was not necessarily the artworks or anything like that. The main reason I didn't like it is because I didn't trust it to last. That was one of my biggest fears. Also, the other thing I was scared of was the price. I said that many times. I said it's way too expensive. I said, it's a brand new set. There's no nostalgia. It's being ran by one dude. How can you guys be dropping 15K on the Metazoo Mothman? Doesn't make any sense. And so I said avoid, and I kept saying it's going to crash, it's going to fall, and it did. And then, when it crashed, I was like, it was kind of a celebration a little bit, maybe dancing on someone else's grave. Now you got a more serious group wants to buy it, okay? So, and I think if a more serious group buys it, and they've got wealth on their own, independently, and they run it without going heavily into debt, and they're just more, let's say they're more experienced in the card industry, and they ramp it back up and put more products back out. Well, take a look at it. It's got a Topps Chrome version. It's got a Metazoo collab, which means they can do other collabs, not just Hello Kitty. And they do have fans already. The only thing Mike Waddell did really well, in my opinion, was advertisement. That guy advertised like hell, dude. He obviously didn't run the whole business correctly. Why else would it have gone out of business? But so financially, maybe he didn't do a good job, but he advertised it like hell. And then the best part is there's a lot of brand awareness, even negative awareness. So a lot of people are hating on it. So if it came back from the dead, I think that everyone would just talk about it. And that's very good for selling your product. So, my analysis as a card investor, speculator, is that right now is a perfect time to speculate on the set. Because if you wait too long and it recovers, you're going to miss the boat. But also, if you get in, if you had bought in before there was news that it's potentially being bought, you might have been buying in at also too risky of a time, because who knows if it was going to get bought. But now there's some evidence that it might. So it's a pure speculation play, but I think it'd be very funny to see it come back from the dead. So when something dies and then comes back from the dead like that, it's hilarious, and everyone will talk about it if it happens. They'll be like, Metazoo apparently came back. Rudy will talk about it all day long. I'm talking about it already. It hasn't even happened yet. And that's because it's just this sort of story that sticks in your memory. And that's very important for a brand, to stick in your memory. So, it's got all that going for it. But more importantly, it's about who the buyer is. So the buyer is this guy with 20 years of experience in the card industry. He's the former vice president of the Pokemon card company. And he could do a good job. He could do a bad job. So he could be just like Mike Waddell. He could do a bad job and it just flops again. But again, if you were going to speculate on it, now's the time to speculate on it. So this is why you see me making my play and, just betting cash. It's just, I don't know, it's like buying crypto at trying to time the crypto market. You could just completely stay out of the crypto market, but then your cash never has a chance to double. So, you either take a risk and have a shot to double, or you just keep your cash and you say, I'm not going to risk it. I'm already happy with the cash I have. But you got to make a choice on that. Now, is anything like this happening for Pokemon? Not really. I can't jump into Pokemon and expect the modern product to triple in price. There's nothing like that happening in modern Pokemon. So I know it's the same for everyone else. All these other guys who enjoy speculating in the card market are looking at it the same way. That's why the Kickstarter Mothman, you can't buy him anymore. He was selling for $500 before the announcement. I got mine for $1,000, and you can't find any more of these for sale. They all pulled theirs off the market, or they already privately sold them. So that's why that's going on. They're all doing the same exact thing I'm doing. They're saying, hey, this could be a big play. This could be a big deal. If this company comes back to life and people go, okay, this time we're supporting it, that's going to turn into, just this unbelievably funny and interesting story. And the power of a good story is remarkable when it comes to selling cards. Anyways, let me go ahead and find Mr. Cruz. Anyway, so what that means for us is I'm hosting this Kickstarter Break, and the Kickstarter Break is a chance for you to join me in the speculation. So I said my audience should get a chance to do this too, because we'll make a video, we'll make a spectacle of it, people will talk about it, so you've got a chance to join me. And to me, $60 isn't even that much anymore relative to all these cards I sit on. I mean, it's like a drop of money. It's nothing. So I'm in there. There I am over there. Maybe I pull the Metazoo Mothman. I'd love to. Maybe somebody else does. But what we do know about this card is that it was selling for $500 before the announcement of purchasing it anyways. So you've got a top pull in here with the chance of $500 of value anyways. And then you could argue it's probably worth more than that now. you could probably argue it's probably worth more in the $1,000 range at least. So it's a $60 buy-in with a card that could come out, which, by the way, it would make an instant clip. But then it could be a flip for you into a $1,000 range. And, or not, maybe we don't pull him. I don't know if he's in every box. He's probably not in every box, but let's say he is. Well, then it still has to be well-centered with no white dots on it. So you never know what's going to happen. All right, let's see. If I has money, Metacrap would be the last thing to buy. Small groups were at war. This stream is brought to you by Sardines. Wait, didn't you not like it because it was printed in China? Yeah, I didn't like it because it was printed in China, but I've had evolving feelings about that because I've been learning more about card printing, and as it turns out, there's a lot of companies that will consider printing cards in China. For example, Bandai Namco will sometimes print in China. I've seen it. And so, I don't know. Maybe I was just being sort of like closed-minded about it. You know what I mean? All right. Lionel Cruz. Here's Joseph Jones. Vulpix would like to buy the Gengar. Yes, I brought out a second Gengar just for him. So I have a second Gengar. This is my personal Gengar. He can buy it for $280 if you'd like. Okay, Peter Fenalty. Hey, Ned's World here. Wanted to see if you're okay with slapping away your Gengar if you don't want me to painful now. Well, hold on. I was offering it to the other guy. So, Peter, you noted last night LaFlame was talking about how he will not like his cards to be wrapped up in slab away. So you've got this $80. I can also refund you this cash if you need me to, but if you'd like to keep it over here, I'd appreciate that because then there's no PayPal fees. I get hit with PayPal fees on refunds. Isn't that annoying? But ultimately, it's your money, so you can tell me what to do. But so you're saying you'd like to slab away this Gengar. Did Mr. Vulpix reach out to me? Because he was asking about the Gengar. So I pulled out my other Gengar for him. Joseph Jones, he bought the Gengar in full. Mr. LaFlames, he bought that in full last night. And so I'd like Vulpix to have a shot at buying this Gengar. Is he here? How much are you going to get when the PRB1 comes out in English? I have not purchased any of that. I don't know if I want to buy One Piece English at all. I'm actually not a fan of it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It's always overpriced. I don't like how high the price is on it. And then they just print it. And we do so well with the Japanese ones. I might just stick to Japanese One Piece. But yeah, I mean, I suppose I can get a limited amount of the English. It's just so overpriced, I don't want it. All the same, guys. Sorry, I have 3 different names. Oh, it's you. You're Peter Fenalty. Is that right? Vulpix is Peter. Oh, I see. Well, okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and go through with this. So let's see. You sent me $10 additional, and 20 is going to be for the slab away. I'll do it. Peter Fenalty. Sorry about that. Okay, SA for slab away. The price on this was $280. I'll write it down so I can't forget it 6 months later. Okay, $280. Now let's travel over here and get into slab away and set you back up. Mr. Peter. It's going to be right here. October 24. Peter Fenalty. And it's going to say PSA 10 Gengar. And then it's going to say $280. And we're going to apply $70 to it, right? Because $20 is... $20 is for the slab away. And you had a total of $90. So it comes down to $70. So this is $210 remaining. RIP Iran. Yeah, Iran's shooting some missiles into Israel. Did they actually land on anything? I heard that they did not land on anything. All right, we're taking this guy down. He's had enough time. She's coming down. He's coming down. These cards have had enough time on the table. Bye. Thank you, mister. I appreciate it a lot. No problem, man. Yeah, that was my Gengar. But, I think I'll run into another one day. I'll be all right. It feels nice having the set done. Like, I had all the colors. I had green, blue, red, and yellow. And now I got to get the green one again. Hopefully the price doesn't go way up over time, but it might. But lucky for me, I've got plenty of sealed poker cards, so I can always grade a fresh one for myself. They did land. Some of them went through. Ooh. Man, it's just poking the bears. Like, yeah, let's fight forever. Let me see the news. Let's see. Iran news, maybe? Israel and U.S. repel 180 missile attack from Iran. Jesus. I mean, man, let me share my thoughts on it. Iran, they've wanted to build this nuclear program since the Obama administration. They've constantly said America's the devil. They call Israel the little devil, America the big devil. They're an ally of Russia and China. They're basically our closest thing to an enemy right now. You know, they're kind of like our competitors, but you know, there is some threat to them, like taking Taiwan, taking Ukraine. So Iran is an ally of North Korea, Russia, and China. And they're building a nuclear bomb program. They're a theocracy. You know what a theocracy is? It's a country that's ran by its religious people rather than by, you know, maybe like a secular political body. So they've got a religious leader, an imam, and he's the Ayatollah or something like that, right? I don't like them. Why do we put up with this? We've been putting up with this for like 10 years, 20 years, it feels like. It's like they want to get wiped out. I don't know why we don't just steamroll them. And I know we've been in war in the Middle East forever, but it's like they're going to build a nuclear bomb at some point, and they might use it. They keep saying they hate us, and they want to build a nuclear bomb. So, man, I don't know why we put up with this so much. It's so crazy. All right, let's go ahead and click on this. They're like North Korea, except they actually do things. North Korea is this. They go blah, blah, blah. They just all talk. They saber rattle. They bark. But Iran actually does stuff. And we just tolerate it. Hunter tipped in one spot for the Metazoo. You got it. Here we are. They actually do stuff, and we just tolerate it. You know, Hezbollah and that other group, they're basically tentacle arms of the Iranian government. The Iranian government works with and funds, you know, these terrorist organizations. When I found out the Hezbollah leader that Israel just killed, had killed 300 Americans, I was like, why was this guy ever allowed to just sort of travel around the world and be safe? I don't get it. He killed 300 Americans and we didn't just go after him and take him down. Why did it take so long? Like, are we weak? What happened? I don't know what happened. I thought we, you know. But anyways, maybe it just didn't make sense, or maybe we just didn't have the opportunity, or maybe it was a waste of money. I don't know. But yeah, he finally died and is like, well, that's a good thing. Only one dead. It was a Palestinian. Check DM. I sent you a Twitter thread of it. Oh, I came in at a serious time. Spots left in the Metazoo. Yes, we got 3 Metazoo spots left. It's very close, everybody. To sum it up, they fired missiles, most of them landing where in open, unpopulated areas. 1 dead from the missiles. We did have a terror attack with 2 down. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe it doesn't go anywhere from here. I don't know. Arthur Bricker, 4 packs of Ancient Origin. Ooh, 4 packs of Ancient Origin. You know, the first step is we have to get a fresh box of Ancient Origin. All right, give me a second here. Wait, did I already get a fresh box? Let me check. Did I already get a fresh box? Because I know we have that break going on. No, we need a fresh box. Okay. Fresh box over here. No. Is that a box of Flashfire? I got a box of Flashfire. All right, not only is this a fresh box, this is also a fresh case. Look at that. More were unalived from the terrorist than the rocket. Here we go, Ancient Origins. Ooh. Fun fact, I was in the middle of a wedding when the sirens went off, so I just accepted my fate and went out for a smoke. You probably get tired of hearing all the bomb warnings. Here we go. How many times has Israel been fired into in the last year? It's ridiculous. It's a lot. All right. Here we are. Oh. 4 packs of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good luck, Mr. Arthur Bricker. Thank you for the big order tonight. Or today, I should say. It's not nighttime yet. Let me grab this box. Now, where was the former Ancient Origins box sitting? Primal, Roaring Skies, Fates Collide, Breakpoint. I guess I would take this one. There we go. So this is Primal Clash. Got an empty Primal Clash box here. Do you think that's worth anything? I feel like these old boxes might start to be worth something. These old XY boxes. Toss that way over there. Did I miss Kamala and Jar Jar? All right, I'm going to show it off. Give me a second. Kamala, Jar Jar. Okay, it's crazy. Here we go. Kamala Harris, Jar Jar Binks. I don't know. There's just something about it that they feel familiar to each other. Other people noted it. All right, you ready? We were in panic for exactly 5 minutes before we just dug back into the place and danced off our drunk asses. Yeah, you never. It wouldn't have been me. I would have hit the bunker, man. I don't mess. I would have been like, I'd have gone straight to the bunker. I say, a wedding can be tomorrow. All right, you ready? We'll go out to eat at McDonald's for the wedding. Yeah, I don't mess with that kind of stuff. Here we go, let's see. All right, but then again, if you're living with it for a long time, maybe you just kind of go, I don't know, dude. Is it going to do nothing today? Maybe. We are? All right. Alex thought it was funny. Yeah, she has a weirdly similar look to Jar Jar Binks. It's hard. Obviously, she's not a Gungan, but is she? She could be. Ready? Here goes Arthur Bricker. Ooh, ball toy coming out. Larvesta. Look at that, Larvesta. Beautiful. Okay. How old is this set, by the way? 2015. So next year, it will be 10 years old. To me, that's a vintage set. 10 years old is vintage at that point. Because, you know, if you were 15 when you bought it as a teen, you're now 25. If you're 14, you're 24. We are. It's the intelligence level. Well, intelligence levels aside, she just quite literally kind of looks like Jar Jar Binks. We don't. It's. I don't know. It's weird. There's a weird resemblance. It's uncanny. It's ball toy again. Nice, dude. Okay, Inkay, Combi, Inkay, and Metagross. Okay. I do have some videos of the rockets getting fired down by counter missiles above the hull. The rest are my selfies. Yeah, if there were no counter missiles, Iran would just be firing deadly missiles into Israel all day long. But since you have like the Iron Dome or whatever, it's just sort of tolerated a little bit. It's just kind of crazy, dude. Could you imagine, guys, if any country next to America started firing missiles into America? That country would receive the bald eagle so fast, there would be nothing left of that country. It would be done in a year. The whole thing would be done. But it's like, you know, you fire missiles into Israel, and it's just sort of like you chill back. You know, well, you know, Israel's jerks. So, you know, oh, man, they suck. Here we go. It's Hex Maniac. That's all I hear on the internet, though. But, yeah, I mean, it's a big regional war between two large groups. Here's a Reg Ice. Very nice. I personally think it's strongly related to religion. I really do. I think at its root, it's a religious issue. Here we have Oddish, Eevee, Goomy, Wooper, Spinarak, Rotom. Ooh, you might want to go a little deeper. I would go a little deeper in the box if I were you. Here we go. No, because you didn't pull any EXs, you didn't pull any full arts, and you didn't pull any holo or reverse holo ancient trait cards. So if I were you, I'd go a little deeper. At least 2 inches deeper. If you can give it. Yusa fell out of a coconut tree? Oh my god, Mike's side. Oh no. Alright. Arthur Bricker. That's too much. Very good. Israel's been pushing the boundaries. We should have been doing sanctions on them for months now. Alright, so this is Arthur Bricker. So AR. Yeah, I don't know how everyone falls on the subject. It's real messed up out there. That's all I gotta say. Let's see. And I'm not a fan of Iran getting a nuclear bomb. Are you kidding me? That'd be so stupid. If they got a nuclear bomb, we'd suddenly have to listen to them and do what we're told. And Iran's always been a jerk, dude. Like, why would we want that? Arthur Bricker, is this a new bag for you? They have not liked us ever. And again, they're the allies of China and Russia and North Korea. They're all one group. So they're on the other team. So it's just like, maybe don't let them have nuclear bombs. Like, you know who else doesn't like Iran? There's a bunch of Middle Eastern countries that don't like them either, because they destabilize the region. So like Saudi Arabia, not a huge fan. We are. Qatar and UAE, not a huge fan of Iran. They're like, come on, bro, you're going to screw things up over here. All right, here we are. That's what I've heard anyways. We need spoopy music. The double signature clip is crazy. How do you think the vice presidential debate will go tonight? I don't know. I might not watch it. I might just watch the highlight clips later. I'm not sure. There we go. Tim Waltz versus JD Vance. Vance Refrigeration sounds so boring, dude. I mean, they're both terribly boring vice president picks. It was actually a little more fun to watch Mike Pence versus Kamala Harris in the previous election cycle. That was fun, but JD Vance, Vance Refrigeration, and Tim Waltz? Like, who are these guys? So I don't think either one of them is very watchable. I've seen both of them talk. It is like watching paint dry. I don't know if I'll watch it. It's so boring. I mean, if there's a big gaffe on either side, we'll see it later in the highlight reels, but I don't know. Darren Thompson won Lord of the Rings Topps Chrome. This election cycle is definitely more about Trump and Kamala Harris. I want that gosh dang checklist. All right, you got it. Darren Thompson. Yo, mister, can I place an order? Yeah, you can place an order. How do you think the vice presidential debate will go tonight? When does the Discord giveaway go off? It needs more time. By the way, we have a giveaway in our Discord server. Jump in there and join it. We're going to do more giveaways in the Discord server in the future. Going to predict it now. Media shows Vance stuttering and failing and showing Waltz being the strongest speaker ever in America. Well, you know, hopefully that the debate moderation is a little more fair this time, because I definitely agree with the majority that the debates were not moderated fairly with CBS. Here we are. All right. You know, Kamala Harris was telling lies in the middle of the debate, and nobody fact-checked her. And it's just like, well, okay, but the other side got fact-checked. What the hell? So I have to agree. Whether I was Democrat or Republican, I would have said, oh, yeah, that was moderators were playing the game. There we go. But we don't know if that'll happen twice. You know, it's why you see these, you know, fringe media companies on the rise and becoming more watched than places like CNN and ABC. They're actually getting all the views now. They're rising up on social media, and then they're becoming sort of almost mainstream. So you see these new news companies coming up. You've never even heard of them before, and you're watching them. They get like immense views live. You know, where all these people are watching you. When did you become popular? All right. Ooh, Darren Thompson. Mr. Darren, let's find your bag. It's a very interesting time period for sure. So, Darren, where did I last see your bag? Were you over in the D's? In the D's nuts! Daniel Del Barrio was. Diane Bailey is over here. Here's an empty bag. This is also DDB, huh? So, Daniel Del Barrio. So, we're having trouble in the D's. That's for sure. The last debate with Trump was 3v1. Yeah, but also Trump had, he had gaffes, especially when they pushed him on the healthcare question, and he said he had concepts of a plan. That was a big gaffe. But you know what's interesting about that moment? He only said that because the moderators kept pushing after his answer. So they said, yeah, well, answer the question. It's like, okay, you know, if they were doing that to Kamala Harris, maybe she would have had more opportunities to gaffe as well. And it wasn't just the fact-checking, the live fact-checking. It was that as well. They really were playing the game on the other side. And this is not a surprise. I mean, it's like if CNN hosted the debate as well. They're both Democrat news networks. What I don't understand is, why do Republicans keep agreeing to these sort of debates where they're hosted by the opponent? The opponent hosts the debate. They should have one Republican moderator and one Democrat moderator. That would make perfect sense. Right? Like, what if Sean Hannity was on that debate panel? That would have been nuts. But they will never do that. It's just it never happens. And so I don't know why Republicans agree to those debates. They might as well just say no to them. Yep. But maybe Donald Trump felt that he's a strong debater and that it would go his way. But I don't really think he won too much that night. All right, we got to find Mr. Darren's bag. Where are you, Darren? You're not in here. Yeah, I don't think it went his way that night. Do we create a box for you? All right. Darren, I guess I'll create a new bag for you. You didn't mention if you had a bag or not, did he? Oh, no, he did. He said, I have a bag. So where is it? We are having too much trouble in these DA boxes. This is Roger Gray. All right, Darren, I might just create a new bag for you. We are having too much trouble with these D bags. There's not enough room for them all. It's so overflowing. It's unbearable. We don't have any more space for them at all. All the boxes are 100% full. Let's create a new bag for you. I suspect we made a box for you and placed you somewhere. Is it not just here? You would think it would just be here. Jennifer Yap. What's odd is you're not in the overflow spot that I would have thought that I'd put you in. So my theory is I made a box for you and I can't find the box now. Darren Thompson, second or third or fourth bag. Here you go, Darren. Whenever you ship, Darren, just mention you have some additional bags to look for. What's up, Mr. Chat? How's everybody? What are these emojis? What is this? Is this squid? Ugh. Squid music? All right, next up we've got Joseph Jones, 2 boxes of Weiss Marvel 2, 2 boxes of Hello Kitty. That's a huge order. Let me go get those Marvel boxes. All right. 2 of these and 2 of these. I'm impressed at how many Hello Kitty boxes fit in one case. How's the Kickstarter coming along? There's only 3 spots left after Mr. James Wright bought a rather large chunk of it. So we'll start with these Marvel boxes, okay? I want to make sure that James is in the break. What I mean is he's in the live stream when we do the break. So the break might be hosted for tomorrow's daytime stream, because I think James shows up in the daytime stream mostly. All right. Boop. Second player. There we go. We need some Halloween music. It's spooky month. It is October. There are, as far as I can tell, there are no good Halloween songs. I've heard Halloween songs before. They're all boring sounding. Here we are. Not impressed. So we just play usual music. We could try doing Christmassy music as well, but even that's not that good. Don't turn the Splatoon. Yeah. Let's see. The Democratic side probably won't agree to appear like Kamala ducked him all summer. It's only when they have the advantage. Yeah, just... I don't know. That's no good. But I mean, if Donald Trump has to debate Kamala Harris to have a chance of winning, I guess that means that he's the underdog? I don't know. Like, is he the... I don't know. Is he the underdog? I'm not sure. But yeah, it was kind of nuts, man. You're going into enemy territory. No Republicans on the panel. It just seems unfair every time. Very unsatisfying for people who enjoy a good fight. There's a lo-fi Halloween stream. Nah. We don't want those. Those will demonetize the stream. They always do. Here we are. Snipping this. Okay. And we'll snip this as well. No pumpkin spice latte in my Pokemon cards. Wouldn't it be cool if we had, like, the ability to decorate the table with Halloween stuff? Maybe I should get, like, Halloween stickers. Ready? Here goes. Okay. Ta-da! Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Entire media, current government in Hollywood want Trump dead. Here's a holo. Somebody wants him dead. He's been an attempted assassin tried to get him while he was golfing the other day. That's nuts, man. There we go. It's funny because it happened and then it's like it just passed. You know, nobody even thinks about it too much anymore. It's kind of fascinating. Is it less exciting the second time? You know what I mean? It's got to be less exciting the second time. There we go. I mean, it's pretty rare for an assassination to occur at all. For him, it's occurred twice now, 2 attempts, and it's just not even newsworthy. Nobody really thinks about it anymore. There we go. Card set will have a 1/5 sardines card chase. Hell yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Ooh, what is this? That's an MR that has a rainbow tinge to it that the other ones don't have. So this is a higher rarity, obviously. Let me take a quick look. So this is an MR and this is an SR. Yes, this is a higher rarity. Very cool, man. I like it. Guys, I'm a fan of these Marvel packs. These are good. I just contacted my supplier about acquiring more of these. Do I got to send you a little Halloween decor for your table? Yeah, that'd be fun. They just won't fit. It's the problem. They won't fit. Halloween decor. Okay, here we are. Marvel rare. Very nice. Yeah, we got a nice Marvel rare going on here. Here we are. Yeah, I guess there's a presidential debate tonight. I won't really be watching it. I don't think I'm interested. I don't know what I'll do tonight. Oops. If I watch it, nah, I don't think I could handle it. No way, it's too boring. How about you guys? Are any of you guys watching it? I'd go play video games or something. You had to hang some bats from the what are you saying? The curling stealing, mister? Curlin ceiling. What's a curlin ceiling? Little Halloween stuff like the Christmas Village. Oh, yeah. Oh. Deadpool giving himself food. I don't know. I'm confused. Here we are. You're definitely going to watch it. Nah, I'm genuinely not that interested. There you go. Actually, I'm ready to just jump, 4 weeks into the future and get the elections over with, man. It'd take it too long. Taking forever, man. Wonder how close it'll be. There you go. If Trump wins, I don't think he'll get the popular vote. I think he'll get the electoral college vote, and then maybe there'll be like riots or something. Who knows? You think there'll be riots after the election? Ooh, konnichiwa. There'll be plenty of "not my president" coming from either side. I mean, it's not like the Republicans are super fond of Kamala Harris. Is this another Marvel rare? No, it's an SR. Huh. Okay, there we go. Here's a holo. Ooh. Put this here. Hopefully there's nothing violent. There we go. Oh, man. Venom. And let's leave it. I finally got some tile cutters. Gonna try a slab here soon. Let me know. And let you know. No problem, man. The right are the ones that are known to ride over election results, not the other way around. Here we are. I don't know. I'm not betting on anything. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to say that the people on the left side of the aisle are super non-violent and the people on the right are super violent. You had like the Black Lives Matters protests and 2 assassination attempts on Trump. I think either side's capable of violence. So I wonder what could happen at the end of the election, because it's such a divided subject. Truly divided. I mean, it's like these irreconcilable differences. Ooh. So who knows? Somebody's going to be disappointed thoroughly. Also, I wonder what the stock market will do. If Trump wins, will the stock market go up? If Kamala Harris wins, could the stock market go up? I don't know what it'll do. I think Bitcoin will explode, though. If Donald Trump wins, Bitcoin explodes. Because he promised, well, I don't know if he promised, but he said twice that he's going to be buying Bitcoin using American tax government dollars and create some kind of Bitcoin trust or fund or some stupid thing like that. So Bitcoin will jump if he wins. In fact, it'll probably already jump during the election. While they're trying to predict who wins, it'll jump ahead of time if it looks like it's going Trump's way, because everyone's going to want to pull the trigger, before it's officially in. But yeah, so if he wins, he said he will buy Bitcoin with US dollars. Kind of like the way U.S. owns gold. And I don't know what will happen. The writer are the ones that are known for writing. I'm betting on the Brewers winning the series. The problem is now how many FBI agents were in the crowd causing issues. Go ahead and snip this. Did I say snip this? All right, let's get this one going too. Joseph Jones, man. Like El Salvador. Yes, like El Salvador. That's correct. And so crypto bros are watching to see if Trump wins. They want him to win. He's trying to get the crypto bros on his side. There we go. All right. But I do like one policy from him in particular. I like the no taxes on overtime policy. I think that's really something both sides should support that. It's a good idea. How can you be working 60 hours a week and paying extra taxes as a result? It's just unfair. All right, Joseph Jones. That is, I don't know about the no tax on tips. I don't get that one. No tax on tips. Some analysts came in and said, let's try to get all the people who are on tips. That's what happened. So I don't know about the no tax on tips one. I don't know if I agree with it. But the no tax on overtime, love it. That's a great one. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. You know, to run a restaurant, you got a whole team of people, and they all work really hard, but just the waiters get tips. It's like, I don't know, dude. Here's the duck. Maybe it's because I'm not a fan of tipping culture in America in general. Are you guys a fan of tipping culture? You got Porchaco. How did Nancy Pelosi know to sell her shares of Visa before they were investigated? Yeah, so it's super obvious that both our Democrat and Republican leaders are doing insider trading, and it's insanity. Not only should they not be allowed to invest in stocks, they just shouldn't be allowed to invest in the defense corporations either, the weapons corporations. It's ridiculous. If your politicians are pouring their money into, like, you know, these missile-making companies, they have an invested interest in making sure that we go to war and, you know, sell guns and sell bombs to poor, unstable countries. So it's really silly that we allow it. Oh my God, that's cute. Look at that. That is such a good one. Very nice. I just had the legendary Saitama Exodia style card and bonus card early yesterday. How did Nancy Pelosi? I already read that one. Why should tips be taxed? Here we are. Tips are income. Yeah, tips are income. Here we are. So if you work at Target or Walmart and your job is this grueling job of unloading trucks all day long, and you don't get tips for your grueling job, that's an essential part of the workflow of the of getting this product to the consumer, why don't you get a tax break? Just waiters, just girls get tax breaks? I don't get it, because the majority of waiters are going to be girls, I think. But, you know, not only that, I think a lot of systems will restructure themselves to be tip only. So like OnlyFans models or something like that, that's going to be tips, right? They're going to consider that a tip so that they don't have to pay taxes on it. Now, OnlyFans is making like, what is it, like $64 billion a year? So I don't remember, some ridiculous number. Hold on, let me look. How much money did OnlyFans generate? Imagine all this was tax-free. In 2023, OnlyFans generated $6.63 billion. $6.63 billion. So imagine some portion of that was restructured, or I don't know how it works currently. Maybe it already exists this way. But imagine that was filed as tips. Yeah, tips. Well, we were tipped. No taxes on that? That's ridiculous. It's income. Of course it should be taxed. And to be honest, it would be okay with me if the overtime was taxed. But if you were going to give a tax break to somebody, is it really, you know, waiters and OnlyFans models that need a break on their taxes? Or is it the guy working 60 hours a week to feed his family? It's so obvious, dude. It's the guy working 60 hours a week. He's going through a grueling lifestyle to do what's right for his family. He needs a break. All jobs pay money, but tips in particular get the tax break. No taxes at all on them. It's not even like lowering the taxes. It's just no taxes. You are now tax-free. Like, what? Strippers get tips. They get paid in cash. It's tips. We're giving tax breaks to the strippers. They need, oh yeah, don't worry about this guy working 60 hours to make ends meet. The strippers need a tax break, guys. So I don't know. I'm against it. Donald Trump proposed that one, and he was touting it like it was some brilliant idea. We got a lot of taxes we need to pay because we're so behind on the national debt. And now both people want it. Kamala Harris wants it. Trump wants it. I never liked it. I thought it was kind of dumb. No tax on tips. Why? We should just get rid of tipping culture. Nobody likes it. Everyone complains about tipping culture. Instead, no tax on tips is going to ensure that tipping culture is the most important form of income in America because there's no taxes on it at all. And they both promised to implement it. So that's going to be the future. So I'm not very satisfied with that. What about you guys? Yeah, if any of you guys have ever felt annoyed at tips, consider this. Tips are now going to be cemented into our future. It's like the government didn't hear all the internet crying about how stupid tip culture in America is. Tipping culture is going to become the most important income in the future because you don't pay any taxes on it. There's no taxes at all. You're welcome, strippers. Here's Ekans, and here is Kecleon. I have some Killer Clown cards. Thinking of starting an OnlyFans now. Right. Tammy Lowe sending to PSA 2 Pochaco cards. Kuromi and RR Hello Kitty waving banner. All right, let's see. Tammy, you're going to be over here. Ugh. Is there more to this order, Tammy? It seems like there should be. Did Mega Sublist block yet? Mr. Stop, let's pay you tips. Yeah, I know. All right, guys, here's the tip jar. Okay, so you want your Pochaco and the Kuromi. Let's see. Oh, this one? Oh, the 2 Pochaco cards. Well, you had 2 of them, you said. Ooh. There's 1 Pochaco card. Did I miss the first one? Maybe I missed the first one. Oh, there he is. Found him. All right. Beautiful. Now, I believe the other one has a secondary card behind him. Think about the no tax on tips this way. Amazing the port's closed, and when they reopen, we'll need to work overtime to catch up. How convenient. Who knows? But yeah, if a guy or a girl is out there working 60 hours a week, I know that's backbreaking work. I know that's a difficult lifestyle. And only people who are truly committed to their goals and truly committed to their family and hard workers, only people of that nature manage to get to that point of working 60 hours. You know, it's difficult. And so if we were rubbing their backs a little bit, rubbing their shoulders, all right, it's still a handout, but at least you're giving it to the right people. You're giving it to maybe the hardest workers in the country. And I think that that's cool. It's a nice thing. It's like an extra reward. Like, are you willing to work 60 hours? Here you go. Here's an extra reward for working 60 hours. It's sort of the basis of the times and a half pay anyways. Like, you can't just demand people work 60 hours. So I don't understand why we were taxing them the way they were taxed in the first place, like a punishment for working so hard. And so that's a great policy decision, in my opinion. If you're just trying to do a handout, it's a great policy. No tax on tips is like for strippers, dude. And it ensures that the future of our country will be people swiveling the iPad around saying, so here you go. I just need you to push one of these buttons. And it's going to say, how much of a tip would you like to pay? 30% or 40% on your hamburger? That's what it's going to be, because everyone's going to want tips. Nobody's going to want to get paid hourly. All right, Tammy. Why would you want to get paid hourly when you can get tax-free income in a tipping culture? We'll have the most insane tipping culture of any country. And I swear to God, it was just some analyst sat down and said, looks like you're weak with people who go to work and receive tips. So if you make a no tax on tips policy, that should help you. All right, let's see. That's what happened. That's how he came up with that policy. I guarantee it. There's War Turtle. Here's Nidorino. And here is Luxury. Some analysts probably said women receive the majority of tips, so just don't tax it and they'll vote for you. Zachary M. Stekskowski Blaine's Charizard Break. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That is a good one. All right, so let's see. Zach Stex. We got a very good break going. If they can't work 20, 30, or even 40, why shouldn't we stop taxes on overtime? All right. Saitama Exodia style cards on Sunday plus a bonus booster pack. If I sent a tip to you through PayPal as a friend, should you pay taxes on that tip? Well, according to both parties, apparently I should not be taxed just because I received a tip. I mean, my income could be like $200,000 a year, and you could send me a tip, and because it's a tip, I don't pay any taxes. How does that make any sense? Shouldn't the taxes just be income-based? That makes way more sense. All right, let's see. Here's Greg Barron, one Metazoo Kickstarter. We're getting close. Yeah, I mean, a lot of YouTubers receive tips. Think of Dr. Disrespect. When you give them, $1,000 donation, that's not hourly wages. That's just, oh wait, I need to write his name down. So I was going to say Greg Barron. There you go. You're on number 34, Mr. Greg. Just 2 spots left, everybody. So he's not going to pay any taxes on his, multi-million-dollar income. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Ronaldo Salazar, 1 Metazoo spot. Oh my God. This is what always happens, by the way, guys. Whenever a break's about to go off, there's only like 5 spots left. People just start jumping in. They start piling in. They're like, I don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. I don't know why that behavior. I ought to make the last 3 spots more expensive just to tease you. There you go. And give a refund to the first 3 people in. But then that would just shift people. Shipping for my cards and slabs. Yes, sir, Mr. Joseph Jones. You got a lot, man. Whew. So, but if you enjoy paying tips, this policy will guarantee you will be pushed for tips more than ever before. That will be everyone's preferred payment method, is the untaxable method. Oh, what's it doing? Is it good? What happened? Oh, carrier rates have changed. Apparently they have. All right, let me go ahead and try this again. You watching the debate tonight? I probably won't. We were talking about that earlier. The presidential debate, vice presidential debate between Vance Refrigeration and Tim Schwartz or whatever. Sounds super boring. There we go. I don't know what I'll do today. Maybe I'll just go for a nice walk in the park. Well, the weather's still good. Okay, let me put this over here. Ouch! My foot! Can you check if the last spot is taken? If not, I'll take it. Hunter Tipton. Okay, let me see. Well, Joseph Jones was the last order of the PayPals. Nope, the last spot is open for the Metazoo Kickstarter Break. Now, we might actually open it in tomorrow's daytime stream. I don't know. I don't want James Wright to miss it, But it would make more sense to host it in a nighttime stream because there's more room. He says, okay, I'll take it. Okay, guys, this is over. You missed a card for my PSA submission, the Hello Kitty one. Oh, okay, let's go back and fix that. I don't think I understood your whole message. The Hello Kitty. What are you talking about? You want a Hello Kitty one? Come on, Tammy. You can't just be having me grade Hello Kitty. What is this, some kind of Hello Kitty submission? Give me a moment here. Let me go backwards a little bit. I think I got confused by your message. Let me read it again. To Pochaco, SP Kurumi. Oh, RR Hello Kitty waving banner. Okay, I just didn't read the whole message. Silly me. Let's see. Sometimes you gotta read the whole message. Aha! That's a good one. I think that one's gonna do well. All right. I can't make the daytime stream tomorrow. Open it tonight. Yeah. We are. Maybe we open it tonight, but we wait till later in the stream, because that'll be more like 7 a.m. in the UK. I would like James Wright to be there when we open it. There we go. Have Alexis hosted. Everybody tip Alexis. I can't make it tomorrow either. Okay, here we are. There you go. We'll try to do it tonight, I guess. I guess the goal is to maximize the number of people who can watch. All right, there it is. Tammy Lowe. Miss Tammy. Oh, my. Thank you, Tammy. You're a real pal, Tammy. All right, let's take a quick look. Okay, so those are the cards going out for you. Look at that James Wright booty cheek card. Hunter Tipton, he's got the Frogman, Brandon Warder, Aiden May, Javier, Brandon, Hunter Tipton. Oh, man, that's right. You pulled a 1 in 5. That's nuts, dude. Here's 2 Christopher Garcias, James Wright. Cool, man. Ray, oh, already did this. Just jumping over here. Hunter Tipton, Kickstarter Metazoo Break. So that means the Kickstarter break is over. And what we're trying to pull out of there is this card right here. He's like $1,000 card. I paid $1,000 for mine. The cheapest one on eBay is $2,500. So if you can pull this one card out of that box for $60, I think you're doing pretty good. Even if you just looked at it as a pure flip opportunity and you're not a Metazoo fan, yeah, there's an opportunity in there. I don't know what else is in there. I've never opened it before, so it's brand new to me. All right. Well, I think we're out of orders, and it's 6:23. Oh, we got an Andrew Martin right here. He said, one Blaine Zard. You got it, Andrew Martin. Ready? Are you guys enjoying the stream lately? What can I do better, and what have I been doing badly? Would you guys say I'm doing anything badly? Toss this in here. Other than not giving Tammy more free ones. Okay, so this should tick up to 7, right? How many do we have in here? Can tips be considered a lost gambling expense if you don't get lucky? What? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're all the way up to 8, actually, in the Charizard. Give a movie review. It's been ages. Oh, I just haven't been watching any movies. You guys like the movie reviews? There we go. You don't drink your Monster anymore. All right, I better get back to the Monsters, guys. Okay, so that's up to 8. And then he needs a live custom, right? Okay, 1 live custom, Andrew A. Martin. Good luck. Boop, 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 boop. It's Orthworm. You did it. Yay! 1 Orthworm for Andrew A. Martin. Get Alexis a bell. Ding, 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 ding. She just texts me if she needs help with something. That's been working really well. All right, did you guys enjoy it when she was in here streaming? Was that nice? There we go. Very nice. Where's the cat? I try to keep the cat out of here. The cat tends to throw up. Don't go as long bringing new stuff to the menu. Oh, you mean bring new stuff to the menu more often? Is that what you mean? So you like it when there's something new on the menu all the time. Is that what you're trying to say? I mean, we do always have something interesting going on with the breaks. Like, here's a new Charizard break. And here's a new Hello Kitty break. Did you guys catch this? So we got a Hello Kitty break going on as well. Okay. And then over here, we have our Neo break, which is halfway done, by the way. This is halfway done. So those rotate all the time. The breaks do. But yeah, sometimes it takes a while before a new sealed product comes onto the menu. Awesome 1 hour only daytime stream. Today is 1 hour and 40. I thought you're usually done by now. I think I'm usually done by now. Just went a little longer today. Here is an order, though, before we go, by John Lucas. He says, can I get 2024 Chrome Marvel ×4? I just shipped, so I'll need a new bag. I'll take care of that. Let's take care of that. So he's got a big Chrome Marvel opening, guys. John Lucas. You had good luck last time, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. What we're looking for in these is a 1 of 1. Apparently, those are extremely rare. If you could just pull a 1 of 1, it would be absolutely crazy. Pokemon just has a new meaning. What? I want to see Mr. evolve his feelings about Digimon. I don't know if that'll happen. Metazoo is very funny on account of it going out of business, but Digimon has not gone out of business. There we go. All right. But we could try to buy like 1 or 2 boxes of the latest set just for people who like Digimon. Maybe let them buy a half box or something, like a box break or a box battle kind of situation. Okay, you got a classic comic book cover, huh? So Jack Gray likes to see new things on the menu all the time. Here's Professor Xavier. Okay, Professor Xavier. We've got Star-Lord. Ooh, Star-Lord. That's very nice. Digimon not being a digital-only card game is shocking to me. It fits the theme. Here's Nova. Ooh, Nova. Dr. Doom. Oh. I would like to see more boat streams. Yeah, I haven't been out on the water in a long time. You got Ghost Rider. Nice. I can see the Ghost Rider in the background. Our current boat got clogged, and I never found out if it got declogged, because I think my wife called the boat repair company to do that, and they're supposed to come out to your dock and do it, but I never followed up. You are. I found out my lift at my other home is broken, so my other boat's just sitting in the water now. All right. You ready? Here's Hercules. Still going for walks? Still going for walks. Here we are. Slowly. Here's Loki. Oh, Loki. I want Mr. to take days off so he has more stories like the fat lady at Walmart. Oh, yeah, you like my stories? Here's Eve Warlock. Life's a little, the stream's a little more fun when I have something interesting to share, like maybe the movie review, or maybe like some crazy thing that occurred. Here we are. Yeah, that was, you're talking about the lady who had all the sugar, right? That was nuts. She was huge, right? She was like super morbidly obese, like 600-pound life morbidly obese. And then she had this daughter who was obese too, who was like aiding her. And the girl had like a fat forehead and everything. It's like that kind of fatness. It was really bad. And she's going down the sugar aisle, like buying bags of sugar. Like, what are you doing with a bag of sugar? Who buys it? Like, are you just baking all day? She's not baking. It's obvious she's not baking. She doesn't have anything else in her cart that would suggest she's baking. So she must be just putting it in like iced tea or something like that. I don't know. But she's just buying a whole bag of sugar. I'm like, lady, you are the last person who needs a bag of sugar right now. And then we make it out to the parking lot, and I'm still thinking about her. And she's sitting in her car smoking a cigarette. And the girl's in the car with her. I'm like, oh, no, dude. Your mom made you morbidly obese, and now you got to breathe her secondhand smoke? I'm like, oh, my God. So this poor child, her life is destroyed. She doesn't understand it, probably. And the mom might understand it, but she doesn't give two craps, obviously. She's destroying her child's health. And I'm like, wow, somebody should just come take the child away, get that kid on a diet, and get her away from the smoke. It's so unfair. Like, I just imagine, like, what if my mom was like that? That would have been crazy. My mom was a vegetarian, I guess, and she forced us to eat healthy all the time. And yeah, we weren't allowed to have sugar. We literally were not allowed to have dessert. Here's Dr. Octopus. So my mom was obsessed with health, and I'm not quite as obsessed. I like to enjoy myself, but this lady just takes it too far. It was so shocking. He said, get that kid on a diet. Cancel Pokemon for selling $20 bootleg cookies. Yeah, the Costco bootleg cookies. Was it $20? Wasn't it like $30 or $40? I thought it was even more expensive. All right, good luck, John Lucas. Here we have Destiny. Wow. By the way, if you want to send in for more of these, you're welcome to, Mr. John. If you don't get what you're looking for. No, your mom just beat you, though. Yeah, she had other problems. But still, if I had to choose between moms, crazy enough, I would pick my mom over that other one, because she's a disaster, dude. She's a natural disaster. This poor girl, she must have been somewhere between 10 and 13 years old, I would bet. And she's already herself morbidly obese because she eats whatever her mom's eating. And she's just around her mom's secondhand smoke. It's like, oh, you've got no shot. Here's Kong the Destroyer, or the Conqueror. We got the Jar Jar Binks going. First of all, child abuse. Second, she's on some type of government assistance. Yeah, that's something a lot of people ask is like, when people are morbidly obese, where do they get all this money for all the food they eat? Oh, you did get a numbered card. That's Black Knight numbered. Hold on, let me put this over here. If he's a Black Knight, why is there a spider web behind him? It says Black Knight out of 399. Well, John, not the round I would have been looking for. I would have been wanting a number better than 399. Mr. We Fat Positive America Now. She's the future president. Yes, so we're all just paying for her lifestyle, and this is one of the downsides to socialism. It actually helps us enable people maintaining that lifestyle rather than being forced to get uncomfortable and having to change a little bit. You know, like if she just couldn't afford the food, she wouldn't buy it. She couldn't afford it. And then she would lose weight. I mean, that's just what it would ultimately come down to. You know, and there could still be like a charity pantry and be like, yeah, we'll help you. We'll get you some pasta, a little pasta sauce, you know. So charity food pantries exist. But if the government's just cutting you a check to go buy a whole bag of sugar and a pack of ciggies, you know, it's we're enablers. Have you guys ever watched My 600-Pound Life? There's always an enabler, right? The skinny person who feeds the fat person because the fat person's disabled. Well, they're a part of that 600-pound person's existence. You can't reach 600 pounds without the help of the enabler. The enabler has to be there. It's some kind of symbiotic relationship where the enabler gets benefits too, like the government benefits, or they have some emotional problem, but, you know, they cling on to you, the 600-pound person. You're worse than them, so they feel good about themselves. Or maybe they're a big eater too, or maybe they're a feeder, I don't know, right? So whatever it is, the enabler always exists. Well, in the case of socialism, we're the enabler, and we don't even want to be. None of you guys would volunteer to pay for that woman's bag of sugar. None of you, not a single, unless you're just crazy, but none of you guys would volunteer to buy that woman a bag of sugar. You'd all say, hell no, dude, we're killing her. But that's exactly what happens. We just cut her a check, and that's how it works. So, you know, there are follies to welfare systems and socialism systems that I think it's fair to poke holes into. John Lucas says, I need a new bag. Let's get you a new bag. We are. Yeah, none of us would volunteer to buy her next pack of cigarettes and bag of sugar. It's not actually a lot different than somebody who's just like doing crack or meth or whatever they're doing. You don't want to help them buy their drug. And in her case, weighing 600 pounds, her drug is sugar. And it needs to be taken away from her. But for whatever reason, society has been very slow with that one, and we don't take it away. Society's like, let them have the sugar. It's fine. It's just sugar. But that mindset has to go away now because it's not just sugar. It's a deadly drug. In her case, it is a deadly drug, and she's killing her daughter with it too. All right. Very nice. She's clearly a person who has an addiction. Mr. wants a sugar tax. I don't know about a sugar tax, maybe a sugar ban. Let's say that the government could track you if you're like morbidly obese and be like, all right, first of all, you're not getting any more money for food because you've got like 2 years of food sitting on your hips right now. Second of all, you can't buy sugar. So you try to go buy sugar anywhere, and every single system that has a checkout, you know, let's say checkout lane, can detect if you're morbidly obese and just say, oops, nope. Just take it away. No more cookies, no more. What if we implemented something like that? People would call it like the end of freedom. I get all that, but it's like, well, what do you want? Do you want socialized healthcare, or do you want, everyone dying of obesity and you have to pay for it? Which one do you want? Because you can't have both systems, right? It's like, if you want to be free to eat anything you want, anything, why should I have to, as a taxpayer, why should I have to pay for your addiction to sugar? Because that's essentially what it's all about, guys. When we talk about socialized healthcare, the number one people who need socialized healthcare are not healthy humans making smart choices, eating well, taking care of themselves, and being able to afford their own healthcare. The people who need help with socialized healthcare are people who make terrible decisions, they don't bring any money in, and they eat horribly. That's the majority, not all the people, but that's the majority of the people. So we really are talking about this lady in the Walmart cart. She's the one who needs socialized healthcare. Not the vast majority of people don't, especially young people don't need it. But then after her, it'd be the elderly. So when you talk socialized healthcare, you're talking about you're paying for her and you're paying for old people who had the best economy America ever saw, and they never saved up anything for their own healthcare. They just didn't save up. They didn't want to. So, and they went on vacations and they bought things they didn't need to buy. They bought lovely cars, 2 cars, a big home, whatever it is they bought. So they spent their money. They didn't save it to take care of themselves in old age, but they're expecting you, a young person, to take care of them. So that's socialized healthcare. Every, first world country has it, is what I'm told. And from what I can tell, a lot of first world countries are struggling with it in one way or another. Either the service isn't very good, like it's very delayed, or the country's going broke, one way or the other. So yeah, I mean, when something is free, you just have this disconnect where as many people as possible climb onto that wagon of getting everything for free, and increasingly you have fewer people pulling that wagon. They can't afford to do it. Brandon Warder just got off work. One Topps Chrome Marvel, got a bag in a box. Brandon Warder, you got it. Brandon Warder. Can you check if my Gengar is in the PSA pile? There's actually 2 separate piles. So this is a recent pile. The other pile is already, it's waiting basically in the other room to be worked on. So we got to add those in. So yours is, if you don't see it there, it's in the other pile, okay? Have no fear. Brandon Warder. Mr. Brandon. So it's all about incentives, guys. It's all about incentives. It's all about rewards and punishments. And if you create bad rewards and bad punishments, you get bad human behavior. You know what I mean? What she's doing to her daughter, in my mind, is a level of negligence that you could almost think of as criminal. I mean, it is. The bottom line is the outcomes are this. Your daughter, who's quite young, is already suffering from morbid obesity. How does that affect her prospects for getting a loving partner? How does that affect her performance in school and the way she's treated and the way she makes friends? And then exposing her to secondhand smoke. I mean, smoking is so directly linked to cancer. You've got a child and you force them to breathe your secondhand smoke. It's abuse. It's abuse. They're doing the drug with you. And so, I don't know. That's maybe I'm a little bit like my mom that way. Maybe I actually think that's really highly terrible that you would affect your child's health so catastrophically. And at such a young age, you're supposed to be having, at such a young age, you can't make decisions for yourself. You can't say, Mom, you're insane. What is this? You weigh like 600 pounds, Mom. You're crazy. I'm getting out of here. You can't do that at such a young age. It just doesn't work that way. Mom, I'm going to make smart health choices even though you can't, because I'm intelligent and informed and capable of doing this and mature. You just can't do that at that age. It's Kamala Khan. I didn't know Kamala Harris was a superhero. Wow, she's a superhero. All right, that's Brandon Warder. I've never seen anyone use the cash part of the EBT card. Been dealing with retail for 20 years. I don't really know what you mean, the cash part of the EBT. You do know that Modern Food Stamps has a separate amount of cash for which they buy cigarettes, alcohol, and lotto tickets. I've heard about this. I've heard that if you're receiving a government stipend, you use the government money to buy whatever, your basic necessities, and that leaves your leftover cash over for alcohol and cigarettes and all the other vices that we all typically enjoy. But, you're not supposed to overdo it, and you're supposed to try and get yourself off of welfare. You're supposed to get yourself off of the government stipend. I think what really happens is, as the stipend gets increasingly generous, you just find a lifestyle where you never actually have to evolve, you never have to improve or grow. You just design your lifestyle around the free money. And so you become this person who is out of the workforce, completely unproductive, and you're a leech. That's what it is. You're a leech. It's a mean word, but it is true, isn't it? It is true. We don't like to say mean things. That's what political correctness is all about, is you're not allowed to say mean things. You're a leech. Everyone goes to work and you stay home because you're too fragile. You don't want to have to go suffer and work and earn money. And if you're out there and you're working and you're doing your part, you should be angry about it. You should say, hey, I like to help and I want to help you. I'm a charitable person because I'm a good person with good, normal, human, socialized feelings. But there's a limit to my kindness. You got to do some work too. There's a limit. I don't want to fund your lifestyle of, just staying home, and just doing nothing and living off of my money. That's crazy. All right, Brandon Warder. It's generational government handouts. One, the idea that people can become an expert at gaming that system, it's just crazy to me. It's like, what the fuck? What kind of government system do we have? And people think that the majority of our money, by the way, is spent on the military. That's not correct. You can actually see where all the money goes. And the money actually does go to entitlements. That is the number one expense of the government. Now, that's only true if you throw in Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. So the vast majority of the money actually goes to old people. That's our number one expense. If you didn't know that, young guys and young girls, the number one expense of the government without even coming close, it's not the military. It is actually taking care of the elderly. That is the number one expense by a lot. So, and you can group that in with the other entitlements, which is also a lot. We give a lot of money out to help people. Andrew A. Martin for Hidden Trials. All right. Let's see. Ta-da! All right, Andrew A. Martin. When is the next PSA submission going out? Very soon. It is the beginning of the new month, so it is time for it to go out. This weekend, I would say. I'm most honestly curious. I've never used it before. Even people with the card never seen it used. When my son was 3, he looked at me once and asked, "Dad, can you stop?" I asked, "Stop what?" He pointed at my cigarette. We crushed what I had left and haven't had a cigarette since. When I was younger, my dad smoked too. And then he stopped. He just quit cold turkey one day and that was it. So he did the same thing. That was all the way back in the early 90s. And there wasn't as much knowledge around how bad cigarettes were. I mean, it wasn't pushed quite as hard. It's really pushed very severely hard these days. But yeah, he smoked enough that I remember it. So I think he must have smoked all the way up till I was about 9. And then he just stopped. He just stopped cold turkey. And he never got back into it. So you can quit. Even if you're fully addicted right now, it's possible. You can quit. You can do it. He was addicted. And he just stopped. And he did it because he was having kids. And he's like, I can't be smoking. So, and by the way, it's a very expensive habit. I looked it up in the state of Missouri. The cost of smoking is something like $120,000. That's what you're expected to lose just in the cost of smoking over time. It's $120,000. Like, bro. But not just that. You eventually have health problems. So you live a shorter life. Apparently, the biggest problem, you think it's cancer. The number one problem caused by smoking is heart disease. Wow. So smoking actually causes heart disease. And that's because it affects your blood vessels. For some reason, I don't truly understand it all, but yeah, I keep hearing doctors talk about it. They're like, it's heart disease. Smoking is heart disease. And so you die of the heart disease, but before you die of the heart disease, you might get cancer first. So you can get cancer of the mouth, of the throat, of the lungs, and apparently it just raises all chances for all kinds of cancers. But those in particular are very common. Lung cancer is very common. But if you don't give it to yourself, you might actually give it to the people around you who are so unfortunate to be trapped in the house with you because that smoke, the toxins in the smoke, go into your ventilation system, they go into the walls, they go into the couches, and it's totally inescapable. So it's an absolutely dreadful habit. Super expensive, shortens your lifespan, kills the people around you. It's, but it's this vice we just can't get rid of. But anyways, seeing this mother with her morbidly obese child smoking her cigarette in the car with the child sitting in there is just terrible to me. I saw it and it upset me. It upset me a lot. So of course it stuck with me. One of those things you don't easily forget. You're literally breathing smoke. What is smoking not going to cause besides a healthy life? My mom, wife, girlfriend smoked and all died from lung cancer. What a coincidence. Yeah, and it was just kind of like rolling the dice a little bit on it. My brother would some 2 packs a day easily. So he'd go through 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Yeah, and it's not even a great addiction. I mean, there's no calories to it. It's really just you're addicted to this particular drug called nicotine, and it's like it calms you down a little bit, is what I've heard. But it's so crazy because it creates anxiety. Because if your body doesn't get that hit of nicotine, you go into an anxious mood. So you've given yourself like a disease that can only be cured by nicotine. How insane is that? It's like the perfect product. It's like if you guys started itching your skin because you didn't open a booster pack with me. That's how sick that is. That's terrible. But, we can't outlaw drugs, because then the drug cartels just got a new product on their menu. They're like, all right, guys, come get it from us. So you have to manage it to some degree. I don't know. You have to teach people. You have to advise them. I like what Australia did. Australia shows people with lung cancer on the package, and I think that's very smart. And I think if you did that with sweets, like if every box of Little Debbie came with a picture of somebody in the final stages of heart disease, and they weighed like 500 pounds and they're in the hospital with the tube running up their nose because they can't get enough oxygen in their blood, I think that would help reduce the amount of Little Debbies we sell, because people are being educated. They're being reminded of the risk of eating diabetic food all day long when they buy it. Now, a lot of people would protest that. They say, it's just cookies, it's just cake. But, I mean, come on, dude. It's like 50% of America is obese now, and it is a real struggle. And I think that imaging teaches people, hey, this is what you're really consuming. But let's look at the obesity rates in America. Obesity rates, America. Check this out. Look at this. According to the CDC, it is now 40% of adults in the United States were obese in 2021 to 2023. 22% of adolescents were obese. Oh my God. That's half of everybody. 40% is 10% away from half of everyone. Oh my God, dude. 40%. I mean, that's the pandemic. Forget about COVID for a second. That's the pandemic. The pandemic is obesity. It is the number one problem for health in America, and we just don't talk about it for whatever reason. It's just normal. All right, Andrew Vasquez says, I ordered 2 of the Japanese classics, and I believe you pulled one. Oh, let me go get you one. Here you go. I'm sorry, Andrew Vasquez. You want a bonus card, Andrew? I'll get you a bonus card. So we'll go 1, and we'll go 2. All right, so we got you 2 of them. Oops. All right, so you get a total of 3. Sorry about that, Andrew. Oh, Suicune and Hypno. Lovely. We just need more Ozempic. Well, Ozempic's about to be flying off the shelves when the government requires the price to be lowered or something like that, because that's coming. I guarantee you that's coming. And right now, I think Ozempic's like $1,000 a month, so some of us can afford it. I've thought about going on it because I'm not as skinny as I'd like to be. And, I'm curious how good it is. It's tempting because you hear about all these celebrities going on it. But, self-control would be better because there are side effects to it. But what the government's going to do is it's going to say, we got all these people with fatty liver disease, heart disease, kidney failure, and it's all related to their lifestyle and their amount that they're eating. And so we're going to, and colon cancer on the rise. It's the number one cancer in men now, right? I think that's true, right? But so Ozempic's going to become cheaper as a result of that. What is the number one cancer? Okay, let's see. The most common cancer in the world is lung cancer, by the way. So that's for you guys who are smoking. Number one cancer in men in the USA. Okay, hold on. It says prostate cancer, actually. Okay. The third leading cause of cancer deaths in men is colorectal cancer. So for those who don't understand what that is, colon cancer, it's cancer of the intestine. So your intestines have gone bad. How could that happen? Well, because you ate poisonous, toxic food. So that's it. So if prostate cancer is number 1 and colon cancer is number 3, I thought I read it was number 1. It must have been a specific age group or something like that, maybe like young men or something. But so if it's number 3 in men, that's pretty severe, don't you think? Prostate cancer number 1, maybe lung cancer was number 2, I'm not sure. And then number 3, colon cancer. That's still really high up the list. Number 3 cancer from what? Eating. You ate Taco Bell or what? I had Taco Bell yesterday. I had bean burritos. But it's got to be something. Something's in the food. So we're eating, preservatives, I think, is probably a contributor if I had to guess. Because think about what a preservative does. Preservative is like this weird chemical that keeps your food in stasis. There's no way you're supposed to be eating that. You flip a soda can around. So this is why I drink. I stopped drinking soda for the most part. But yeah, so water, lemon juice now. But maybe it shouldn't even be in this can. I don't know. Maybe it's not supposed to be carbonated. I don't know. But that would be like kidneys, I think, more than your intestines. But yeah, it's got to be, it's got to be Pizza Hut. It's got to be fried chicken. It's got to be McDonald's. It's got to be all the candies. So I've been trying to get away from those to some degree because they're so severe and so bad for you. Here's John Lucas. Let's do another round. 2 Topps Chrome. You got it, John Lucas. I don't know what got us on the subject of health. I think we were talking about the big lady at Walmart that I ran into. But yeah, it's a very serious subject. Colon cancer, number 3 killer in men. Obesity, 40% of all Americans are now obese. That is half of the population. That's the story. That's what the politicians should talk about, by the way. The one guy did, RFK Jr., and he's a Trump supporter now because he's saying Trump will put me in power. Oh. Flip this around. Okay, we can't be looking at that. All right. It's funny how McDonald's started selling sweet tea 20 years ago. Here's Gore. People forgot about COVID. Well, you know, the funny thing about COVID was it was pretty dangerous in the United States, but in other countries where there is no obesity, it's ironically not very dangerous because it turned out the people who die from COVID are obese people with severe health problems who are older. So if you want to save people from a, flu-like virus, the number one trick is to just have them be healthy in the first place. That will go a long, long way. And you can still work on a vaccine and other therapies. I'm not trying to do what a lot of the Republicans did, which was to downplay it and say it's nothing. But one thing that would go a long way is if we were already healthy at the beginning of the disease, you just have a much better chance against it. Here's Rogue. All right, now you got Baron Zemo, and it appears to be a numbered card. That might be like out of 100. Are you ready? Out of 100, 99. Wow, cool, man. Look at that, guys. Wow, these Marvel cards are so cool. Oops, I'll flip the camera around. This conversation definitely has some people thinking in the positive direction. I would think. I used to work at McDonald's. They sue a whole bag of sugar per batch. There we go. There we go. Well, so health is a significant problem in this country, and it's not even talked about that much. J.D. Vance, Vance Refrigeration, and Tim Waltz are not going to talk about public health tonight. They're going to talk about immigration. They're going to talk about the Middle East. They're going to talk about taxation. And meanwhile, health is like actually killing people. And it just goes on and on and on. And I'm sure the companies that sell soda have billions of dollars, and they go, hey, do you want to run for president? Don't talk about us. And then they pay you to not talk about them. Here's Cosmo. No different than the cigarette companies, right? But we actually kind of banned the cigarette companies to some degrees, right? We started saying, hey, these guys are actually bad. They're a problem. But we don't do that with sugar companies. We don't, because sugar is probably the leading cause of the obesity. I actually have done a lot of dieting, trying to, control my own weight. And what I've found is that if you just don't eat sugar, if you just don't eat dessert, let me say it that way, because you can eat like apples all day long if you want. But if you just don't eat dessert, you do not gain weight. It's very hard to gain weight unless you're eating a buttload of cheese, fried food, and dessert. Dessert does it. Wow, look at that, out of 50. Wow, let me sleeve that. Wow. Mr. Eats lots of Taco Bell. Oh, I really don't like Taco Bell. You know who loves it, though? Karis loves Taco Bell. I am not a Taco Bell fan. Out of 50, look at that, man. Good thing you went deep. He bought 2 more packs and pulled 2 numbered cards. You could have held back and missed out on those. Beautiful pulls, man. All right, so cool. I love how it's kind of like a vintage style. Does that say Unos or blank? That one city in Mexico that drinks nothing but Coke is crazy. Yeah, but they're having the same problem. They're having diabetes. And by the way, by the time you've hit diabetes, you lose something like 10 years of your life. Isn't that right? All right, John Lucas. So diabetes is a metabolic problem. In other words, it's an energy problem in your body. And by the time you hit diabetes, you are expected to live like 10 years shorter than if you did not hit diabetes. Pays to go deep. The Marvel-verse is so vast, so many characters I've never heard of. What are you talking? You haven't heard of Unos? Unos is popular. Let me look it up for you guys. How much shorter is lifespan if diagnosed with diabetes? All right, you ready? Okay, so a person with type 2 diabetes can expect to live 6 years less than someone without diabetes. Wow. So, and it also depends here. It says the earlier you're diagnosed, the greater reduction. I'm sure it also has to do with if you actually did change your lifestyle at that point, like how well did you manage it? So if you didn't manage it very well, you probably go faster than 6 years. But so it says 6 years are lost just for getting diagnosed with it. And it's because your body's no longer processing sugar, it's no longer processing energy correctly. That's it's like a disability. It's a severe problem. And the idea that you didn't have to have the problem, you gave it to yourself, that's crazy. It's really crazy. But when you buy a box of Little Debbie, it doesn't say comes with the chance or a certain diagnosis of diabetes. It doesn't say that on the box. If you buy cigarettes, it'll come with a warning about lung cancer or heart disease, but you don't get a warning about diabetes when you buy Little Debbie. And I just think that that's wrong. I think it should say that. Diabetes comes from overconsumption of sugar. Beware. It doesn't say that on your Little Debbie. Not that I think it would matter much, because in the end, it ultimately is an addiction, isn't it? So you don't need to tell normal people, hey, you can't overeat sugar, it's going to give you diabetes. But maybe you do, because if it's 40% of the society that's obese, that is the average person. That's just like half the population. So maybe the average person needs to be tapped on the shoulder and be told, look, man, you had, cookies, you had a donut for breakfast, you had a slice of cake after lunch, you had cookies for dinner, and now you're having a late night snack of Little Debbie's. You're right on the way to diabetes. You have a sugar addiction. You're like a chain smoker, but for dessert. And the chain smoker for dessert, they do get diabetes, correct? So you have to end that. And it's hard to do that, but you can. I've done it. I've stopped buying. You just have to stop buying. You have to go cold turkey on it. You have to stop buying it. Elijah Martinez, 5 Holo Shuffle and 1 PokeBruh. All right. There we go. We have dark chocolate in our home right now, and we have cereal, but I don't eat cereal, and I only eat a little bit of the dark chocolate. You ready? Ooh, that's going to be a cold pack. You got a cold PokeBruh, Elijah Martinez. Mister, why do people like Marvel Chrome more than Marvel Platinum? I don't know. Topps Chrome sells, man. Just the name, I suppose. 5 Holo Shuffles. You ready? Let's get it. Holo Shuffle to the moon. Sardines are a better option than sugar. Get them today. Yeah, well, and then there's all the things that have sugar in it that people didn't know. So, like, carbohydrates break down into sugar when your body digests them. So if you eat a loaf of bread, a big bowl of pasta, followed by a slice of cake, you just ate, like, a ton of sugar, dude. You just ate tons of it. Because it gets converted to sugar later. All right, those are cold! Mr. Elijah, tough round for you this time. I'm sorry, man. Holo Shuffle. I know exactly where your bag is, though. How nice is that? I'm a personal believer that my beer intake protected me from COVID. Yeah, your beer saved you? Were you, could I take a stab and guess you had been drinking a lot of it around the time you made that conclusion? I just drink more of this stuff. I'm going to be fine. Mister would still wear his stained white tee if he was skinny. I already read that. I was 200 pounds, started eating better, signed up for a jiu-jitsu. Oh, yeah, so, staying active is good, too. You got to go for walks. Speaking of which, I better wrap up, guys. It's 7 p.m. That is late enough. It's actually later than normal. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up and go hang out now, guys. Thank you all for being here. A nice 2-hour daytime stream. We'll be back on. We'll be back on for the nighttime stream. And in particular, we'll be opening up the Metazoo Kickstarter Break tonight. So I hope you'll be there. Oh, I got hiccups. All right, I'll see you later, guys.